Bob Jones culture that we have built since I took the job in 2009. First of all, you know, we inherited a program that was 31-31 in the 6 seasons prior to me taking the job, and had about a 40% winning percentage through the history of the school from 1974. I thought it was a great opportunity because I thought we had enough kids and enough resources. If we did a good job coaching, I thought we could win, you know. And we have done that, but I feel like we've done it by changing the culture. Taylor Edge is here. Taylor works with our athletes off the field, kind of like a Kevin Elko type role. But first of all, I understand our profession is outcome-based. We have to win games or what? You know, we don't have a job. We don't have a platform to help kids. So definitely, you know, I understand that. But I think the culture and the way we treat kids and the mental training of developing this young people is our #1 job. And I think that's what we do as well as anybody. The first thing we're going to go over as far as our program are procedures. I coached for Rush Probst in 2008, and the #1 thing that I learned that I thought has been valuable to our program is the importance of procedures in practice. I mean, absolute 100% specific communication and procedures. I feel like we practice, if you came to our practice, I feel like we practice as good as anybody in America. All right, Matt, you ready? All right, we'll start right here. Bob Jones culture. These are things, since we've got here 42 players move on to the next level. And we feel like that's part of our responsibility is to try to help our kids. We have literally contacted 1,000 different schools just for this senior class. And we'll have about 10 kids sign. And when I say sign, I mean from any level of football, Division I, Division II, Division III, JUCO. You know, I feel like it's our job to provide the young people that have played with us an opportunity and to help them find the right fit. We've got 2 kids right now at Georgetown in Kentucky, and then they are having a fabulous experience. Now, they were not good enough to play Division I. Honestly, they were probably not good enough to play at some Division II schools, but we got them at Georgetown with a scholarship. They're having a great experience. They're a great fit there. And we kind of teach them that. We teach them, find a place you can fit, find a place you can play, find a place you want to be at for the next 4 years, and we'll help you get there. We've been blessed to have some good players. Reggie Ragland at Alabama, Collins Moore at Ole Miss, Brandon Ray, who just made freshman All-American at Western Kentucky, Nick Holman, South Florida. Our record that's taken over is 57-15, and I think that comes from the change in culture of Bob Jones. The way we talk to our kids. We've been blessed to win 6 region championships with a 40-3 region record, and we've been 6-6 in the playoffs. Been to the 3rd round twice. 2014 offensively, we scored 38 points a game, 430 yards a game, and 64 snaps a game, trying to play fast. All right, next. Playing fast, procedures and transitions. We will be efficient with our time, worship the clock. Obviously, we practice on the clock like I'm sure all of you do. But that clock absolutely never stops. And I think that allows us to practice at such a pace that you can't have a bad attitude on our team. You don't have time to have a bad attitude. We're sprinting from one place to the next. Our transition time is great. Our kids know by one word exactly where we're going. Be super organized. If you saw our practice schedule, I mean, not just every period, but every sail down to the second. Where, you know, this fake punt, that fake punt, this kick up. They know exactly by one word in that sail what we're going to do. Coaches must run from drill to drill. I expect our coaches to sprint from point A to point B, and the kids will follow your lead. Players will not waste our time, and we will not waste theirs. And I think that's vital. I'm going to tell our kids, you know, you're not going to be here 3 hours a day at Bob Jones. We don't practice 3 hours. We don't practice 2 hours, typically. A practice at Bob Jones is typically between 60 and 90 minutes. Most of the time, 60 or 75, maybe 15 pre, 23-minute periods, 15 post. You know, and I could bring 1,000 coaches who would come here and say, you can't win that way. Well, we have. You know, but our time, we don't waste 1 second. And everything we do is done at game speed in a competition. All right, next. 7A football, if you coach in this league, you better be good. Everybody has good players and good coaches. And obviously in our state, I feel like high school football in our state is as good as anywhere in America. All right, next. Practice procedures. We're going to start every practice with noose drill. Then we're going to go to pat and go. We're going to run wind routes, high balls, and fades. Again, when we say one word, when we say pat and go, our guys know they're going to go line up 2 yards outside the hash, and they're going to run a wind route. You know, 100 people know that immediately. The next word we say high balls, they know they're going to get on the hash and catch a high ball above their eyes with 2 hands and pull it down strong. Next. All right, these are board drills, and we started doing this season to start every practice because we didn't have a very physical football team. I mean, I just saw from watching film early on, we were not doing a good job blocking on the edge. We were not doing a good job being physical as far as being good tacklers. The previous year we've been outstanding on defense. This year we were extremely young. We had a lot of injuries, and we were not very physical. So we were going to try to do something in practice to create a physical nature. Now, what do you do to make them go full speed? First thing you do is film it. Second thing you do is you put them in front of all their peers. The third thing you do is you match up against the best players. So these are our best offensive players in white against our best defensive players in red. And we're going to video this. It's going to be on the practice tape. We're going to evaluate it the next day. Now, as you're doing this, as you're trying to create a more physical environment, attitude football team, we also know we want to keep our guys healthy. So this is one period. You know, this is not, everybody goes 20 times. I mean, typically they're getting 1 to 2 reps, but they're 1 to 2 full speed reps on video. It's one period of practice. Boom, we go to the next thing.
How long is that period?
Usually 3 minutes. You know, so
everybody gets 2 reps.
Well, our best players do. Maybe not everybody on the team, but every starting offensive player and every starting defensive player would get 2 reps, yes. Okay, next. All right, practice procedures. Again, one of the things I think we've been very good at is we put them in a competition, we put them in a procedure that they're going to face in the game. Overtime challenge every Monday. We're going to put the #1 offense against the #1 defense. From the 10-yard line, you got 4 downs. We've won every overtime game we've ever played since I've been at Bob Jones. And I say that to our kids out loud all the time. And every time we've been in an overtime game, our kids will immediately say, we're going to win, we're in overtime now. You know, you can speak the truth into them. Next, every Tuesday, we're going to do 2-minute challenge. #1 offense, #1 defense, 2-minute offense. We've won some games in the 2-minute drill. You know, we won the region championship 3 years ago against Austin. They had the lead. We drove in the last 60 seconds, 80 yards, scored a touchdown, 3 seconds left, won the game. They interview our quarterback. He says, we do that every Tuesday. You know, I mean, we expected to score. You know, we do that every Tuesday.